Give me a second. You already know who this man is. It's been damn near a month since we talked to Mr. John. He's been super crazy busy. I'm happy to see that, man. What's been going
Good to
on
be back.
lately?
Not a lot, man. Busy at the hospital. It's Rockets draft season now, so trying to take care of my business there. But I'm glad to be back on the show, Ruben. Thanks for having me.
Good. So, how you feeling about the Rockets going into the draft? You think it's gonna be Paulo? You think it's gonna be Chet or Jabari Smith?
I think it's gonna be Paolo, and I'm pretty excited about him. I think the pick and pop game with Jalen Green and just the offensive versatility those two could bring could be pretty dynamic. I'm not gonna worry about defense for a 19-year-old. He'll grow into that.
Absolutely not. Also, some Astros news. Jordan signed that very lucrative extension. Not that bad for the Astros. Jordan Alvarez has been killing, but that's not why I brought you here, John. The Deshaun Watson situation just keeps on getting juicier, and that's not a good thing for Deshaun Watson and his camp. It's a very good thing for the Houston Texans when you're talking about in terms of there's a good chance this guy's going to get suspended for a long period of time. His lawyer didn't do right by him a while ago, last week, going on to Sports Radio 610 and saying, this was Rusty Hardy, that the happy endings are not illegal.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that from Harden, who's supposed to be one of the best defense lawyers in the country. If y'all remember, he represented Adrian Peterson when he had
Hmm.
that case with his kid, and he navigated AP out of a lot of trouble. I'm kind of shocked. I think this scenario has gone nuclear for the Watson camp, and I would agree with you that I'd be surprised if we're not looking at a year-long suspension.
And this is getting so much attention. It's the number one story in ESPN. It's the number one story in NFL. Whenever he was traded to the Cleveland Browns, the owners of the Browns, they do have like a soccer team, and people showed up with signs saying, "I believe John Doe." This just hasn't looking good ever since Deshaun Watson went to Cleveland. Not only that, John, a 23rd and 24th case just popped up for Deshaun Watson. It just continues to add on.
Yeah, I can't imagine that the Cleveland Browns envisioned this when they executed that trade. You kind of thought as soon as the criminal cases were settled, that might have been the height of the publicity. And instead, it's only gained more traction. Like you said, cases 23 and 24, an HBO special, a New York Times expose, women coming out and saying, I'm not going to sue him, but I affirm that this behavior is true. It's a disaster for Watson's camp, for Cleveland, and the allegations against the Houston Texans, if true, are very damning. Nobody looks good right now in this.
Yeah, so in that New York article, it says that the Houston Texans were able to set up a hotel for Deshaun Watson. The Houstonian were able to set up a membership for him, and also someone from the team was able to get him those NDAs that he was able to use to those, potential massage therapists. Like we're not gonna get into everything that he did, but I really don't think it's anything that incriminates the Houston Texans in terms of like people are asking, that the picks be voided. Cleveland Brown, the fans are going crazy right now. I just think Cleveland just really messed up the situation from the get go, not doing their evidence, not doing their due diligence, even though they said they did.
Yeah, I mean, that trade's not getting undone. Does that mean that the trade with the Philadelphia Eagles will be undone when they moved up to get Jordan Davis? Does that mean that they get out of the contract extension that they gave Watson? I think the Cleveland Browns have dug their own grave in terms of being stuck in that situation. But yeah, it's did you ever imagine this happening after the trade was made?
I didn't. I really thought that like Rusty Harden and the Deshaun camp will really be trying to just get this over with, but Rusty Harden just keeps on insisting that Deshaun's innocent, Deshaun's innocent, Deshaun's innocent. And people are actually starting to do their evidence, right? The New York Times, they did it themselves. And apparently, it wasn't just 40 massage therapists, John. It was 66 different in the past 17 months. All this stuff is coming out. And, some people, Calvin really got a whole year suspension for gambling. Trevor Bauer just got 2 years from the MOB. How long do you think Deshaun's going to get?
I think he'll at least miss the entire 2022 season. I mean, we have no idea. The NFL, they changed their personal conduct policy under the new NFLPA. So that suspension is going to be decided by a third party judge. And if Watson wants to appeal that, it'll go to Roger Goodell. But we've never seen a case like this. We've never seen how suspensions are going to function under the new rules. I have no idea, but my gut says we're not going to see Deshaun Watson playing football this year, which could mean a very, very good draft pick from the Cleveland Browns. As the AFC North looks like a stacked division.
And I was just going to say that in terms of draft position, you want that next year. There's hella QBs coming out. There's the Terminator Will Anderson from Alabama coming out. Nick Caserio just looks smarter every single day that this continues to unfold. If he gets suspended a year, maybe even more, everyone is looking at Caserio as, hey, you won the trade.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of people, without knowing what happened to Watson, with this kind of PR's really nightmare for Watson, and he deserves it. He put himself and himself alone in this situation. I think a lot of people already think Caserio won the trade, and if one of those picks ends up in the top 10, when Cleveland imagined they'd end up in the bottom 10, absolutely, people are going to be singing Nick Caserio's praises.
Yeah, Cody Stoops from ESPN La 97.5 said today, if Watson was still on the Houston Texans, we're not getting 3 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson right now. So kudos to Nick Caserio for getting it done where it is. However, it's gonna continue to unfold. We will be keeping you updated. John, where can they find you? Because like I said, you've been hella busy, my guy.
Yeah, you guys can follow me at John H. Crumpler on Twitter. Covered the Houston Texans for the Texans Wire and the Rockets for the Rockets Wire under USA Today SMG. I'm trying to bring as much Houston content as possible. I don't think anyone's writing up these OTA press conferences like I am right now. So give me a follow and plenty of great content to come.
Yeah, man, like you're dropping the quotes. Actually, it's hard to catch any media right now during OTAs for the Houston Texans, which is kind of surprising, but maybe Nick wants to keep everything close to the hip. How are you feeling about the rookies, man? We're hearing that that Derek Stingley and Mechie are being brought along slowly. Christian Harris got some reps with the one. Jalen Petrie looks very good. I'm excited for this rookie class. Even though Goldandre Johnson said that Derek Stingley's quieter than him, and he talked to him and said that this draft class has something special. I'm excited hearing what these guys are doing.
Yeah, I think we're hearing exactly what we'd want to hear from rookie camp. Everyone's coming along at their expected pace. We knew that Stingley and Mechie had these injury issues. We knew Kenyon Green would be starting. We hoped that Christian Harris would be starting. And there he is. He's getting reps with the first team. I think everything that you'd want to be hearing right now, you'd want to be hearing. Obviously, they're going to keep it a little quiet about their plans for guys like Dameon Pierce, quiet about where they want to use Jalen Petrie. But the things that we knew we'd hear or hope to hear about how explosive they are, being playmakers. We're hearing that. So I'm excited about all the news coming out of OTAs.
Week 1 is only coming up. You guys know where to follow John. Drop your Twitter, my guy.
At John H. Crumpler. I
And as
appreciate
you
it.
know, I you guys have a very blessed day and go Houston Texans.
Go Texans.